The Urunga crash tonight did politics delay the upgrade that could have prevented this. Moment of terror. A shark victim tells how he survived a horrifying attack. Gloomy prospects, jobs are down, but Sydney rents are up. Why delaying your child starting school may not give them an advantage. And the race to become the next Miranda Kerr.
This is 9 News with Peter Overton.
Good evening. 9 News has obtained damning evidence that the death of an 11-year-old boy in a crash at Urunga could have been prevented. Documents show that the federal government rejected advice to upgrade the dangerous section of the Pacific Highway in favour of roadworks in the electorate of key independent Rob Oakeshott.
These are the scenes that shocked the nation. A B-double truck in the wreckage of a holiday home. It had hit a ute and veered off a two-lane section of the Pacific Highway, killing the ute driver and Penrith boy Max McGregor.
They should do something before someone else has to die.
9 News has now learned the federal government ignored advice to fix the notorious black spot from experts both in the RTA and its own Department of Transport. State Roads Minister Duncan Gay told us that last October, well before the Urunga crash, we made it clear that the New South Wales government's priority was the upgrade of the Nambucca to Urunga section. Unfortunately, the federal government chose another project in the electorate of independent Rob Oakeshott. That upgrade project is the Oxley Highway. It has far less traffic, yet work is already underway. Local MP Andrew Fraser has campaigned for 20 years for the Urunga upgrade to 4 lanes.
Funding the Oxley Highway over and above the Pacific Highway, which Mr Oakeshott has been mouthing about for years, is the greatest act of political bastardry that I've seen in my time as local member.
The Prime Minister, seen here in Canberra with Mr Oakeshott this morning, needs the independent support to stay in government.
To actually play politics with a so-called independent in another electorate, which is on the Pacific Highway, which is taking lives, to me is totally unacceptable.
Following the crash at Urunga, the New South Wales government wrote again to the Federal Transport Department, urging the upgrade as a priority.
I've made it very clear. I'm committed to full duplication of the Pacific Highway. I look forward to Mr Fraser supporting a 50-50 funding model.
Let's go live to Kevin Wild at State Parliament. Kevin, it seems the federal government has been shamed into action.
Yes, Pete, some good news. When 9 News spoke to Anthony Albanese, he said that the upgrade of the Urunga section of the Pacific Highway, tenders will be called within a fortnight. Work can begin now within months. What remains unanswered, though, is why Rob Oakeshott was so important. His pet project was delivered ahead of the Pacific Highway. The only possible answer is cheap politics, Pete. OK, Kevin, thank you. In the news ahead, Qantas mid-air explosion, now we know how it happened. Plus, the Italian cruise ship captain grilled, you won't believe his excuse. And what really happened to sports glamour couple? Quade Cooper breaks his silence about his split with Stephanie Rice. Time for sport now with Ken. Good evening.
Good evening to you, Peter. You're going to hear a lot more about Sydney's James Duckworth. He was ultra impressive at the Open today. We'll tell you why tennis success is in his blood. Plus, what this outburst cost an angry Marcus Bagdatis. And the real reason Benji loves the All-Star game. At the Australian Open, Leighton Hewitt and Jelena Dokic will play for a spot in the 3rd round. Bernard Tomic is already there. Last night, he defeated American Sam Querrey in 4, while this afternoon, 19-year-old Aussie wildcard James Duckworth gave the 9th seed Janko Tipsarevic the fright of his life. Duckworth frustrated the life out of Tipsarevic with a blistering first set, and the wildcard didn't go away in the next 3. Back in Sydney, grandmother Beryl Collier, formerly Penrose, an Australian Open singles, doubles and mixed doubles winner in 1955, played every point with her grandson.
Awesome!
There was a lot to like about the way James took it to the seasoned serve.
Good.
In the end, experience took its toll, but Duckworth had won plenty of fans, none greater than grandmother.
So if he keeps going on like that, the world could be his oyster.
No sleep in for Bernard Tomic. a promotional medical checkup, then back to the office and dealing with fame.
I guess that's what you get when you play good tennis, I think.
The laconic Australian was a mixture of power and subtlety last night before overcoming the big serving American. In his corner, girlfriend Donna and sister Sarah, who was embarrassed when Big Brother praised her ability with a racket.
I think she's good and she'll improve, and she's playing the Australian Open Juniors, so if you can come out and support her, and then second week it'll be good.
Others weren't having as much fun, like David Nalbandian on match point. And Marcus Baghdadis made brand new rackets very second-hand.
That's his third.
But retained a sense of humour when given a code violation. Good career move.
Good on you, Ken. Thank you. Natalie's next with the weather and a mixed bag today.
It was indeed, Pete. A mainly fine day, and I'll have the forecast after the break. A south-southeasterly change move up the coast overnight, bringing some low-level cloud to the city today and just a few spots of rain. That cloud cover kept the warmth in. We've had our warmest night so far this summer, 21 degrees overnight and 27 for the city today, 19 to 30 in Penrith. On the satellite, a trough over the west bringing showers and storms to inland parts of the state. Now, the heaviest falls tomorrow will be over Western Australia and the northern tropics. Capital cities for Friday, 30 degrees for Brisbane with a chance of a few showers, mainly fine in Melbourne, 24, 28 the top for Canberra. Afternoon showers and storms continuing in Perth, a top of 33 degrees. And a similar story for Sydney tomorrow. Temps staying close to average, 21 to 26 in the city, 19 to 29 in Penrith and 17 to 28 in Campbelltown. Partly cloudy in Sydney tomorrow, just the chance of an afternoon shower, southeasterly winds tending easterly during the day. Now the weekend forecast, 26 degrees with a shower about on Saturday, cooling down on Sunday, those showers persisting early next week. And in our west, the maximum sitting in the mid-20s on Sunday, staying unsettled, and overnight lows in the high teens. That's the weather, Pete.
Natalie, thank you. Before we go, some breaking news. Police have found Luqman Abdul Rahman, the owner of one of the cars involved in that shooting at Greenfield Park. He's now assisting police with their inquiries. That is 9 News for this Thursday. I'm Peter Overton. I hope you have a good evening. From us all, good night.